Welcome back to Flying Tiles. In this video, we are going to answer the question, what is American Mah Jongg exactly? I will be showing you and explaining to you each phase of the game. American Mah Jongg stands alongside Chinese Mahjong as a distinct form of play, connected historically, yet shaped by its own rules, traditions, and community. These are the tiles that you need to play American Mah Jongg. You need 8 flowers. Flower seasons mixed up, that's fine. You just need 8 of these. You need 8 jokers. You need a total of 16 winds, 4 of each, north, east, west, and south. You need 36 of each suit, bamboos or bams, dots or circles, and characters or cracks. And you need 4 green dragons, which correspond with the bamboos. You need 4 white dragons or soaps, which correspond with the dots. You need 4 red dragons, which correspond with the cracks. American Mah Jongg is a 4-player tile game played using the official annual hand card published by the National Mah Jongg League. A new card is released every April, and while the rules stay consistent, the valid winning hands change per year. Players draw and discard tiles while building one exact 14-tile hand from the National Mah Jongg League card. Any rules that differ from the card are considered house rules. Let's take a quick look and see what a winning hand looks like. This hand matches the yellow highlighted area of the card. This is what the hand looks like close up on the card. So after the tiles have been washed and mixed thoroughly, we build walls in front of each of the racks. These walls are 19 tiles across and 2 tiles deep. So that's 38 tiles in front of each wall. So what we're going to do now is start the Charleston. And in this exercise is where we begin to develop our hand. Each seat is named after a wind direction. I'm in east, the blue dragon to my right is south, the red dragon across from me is west, and the green dragon to my left is north. The first part before the game actually begins is called the Charleston. And what you do is you break the wall in front of east. So I rolled the dice. I'm counting in what the dice said. I pick my first 4 tiles. Each player will get 12 tiles, and I'll have 12 tiles. As we go around the table, each player will be picking 4 tiles from the wall until everybody has 12 tiles, including myself. The walls will be pushed out in a clockwise direction until each player has all their tiles. So let's see what that looks like. I'm going to be picking the tiles for each player since obviously I'm the only one here. So as we finish the wall that's been initially pushed out, we're going to be looking at the wall to my left, pushing that out. And since there were tiles left over, as you can see those 2 tiles are going there, we have hop toy. So hop toy is a superstitious good luck term used when a player's initial dealt tiles are taken from 2 different walls. This means shut the table or keep the dragons in, referring to wall breaking. Some research suggests this term may be a Western invention rather than a traditional Chinese phrase. It is considered lucky, and tradition holds that no one else should touch the player's tiles, as that might break the magic of hop toy. After everyone has been dealt their 12 tiles, East will pick the first and third tile on top, and then each player will take 1 more tile. So East will have a total of 14 tiles, and the other players will have a total of 13. Players will put their tiles up on the rack and organize them. And this is where the hand development begins. During this part of the Charleston, 18 tiles will be passed around the table with an option of 3 more. Tiles will be passed 3 at a time. We'll pass 3 to the right, 3 across from us, and then 3 to the left. And then we'll pass 3 more to the left, 3 across, and 3 to the right. And then with the player across from you, you can exchange up to 3 more tiles. In the passing demonstration, I turned the tiles around so they wouldn't be a distraction. So this is our first right. I'll be choosing 3 tiles that do not help to move me towards hand development. So I pass mine to the right, and then I get mine from the person to the left of me, and I absorb that into my rack. Now I pass 3 more tiles across from me, and these again are tiles that do not help move me towards a hand. So I send mine across, and I will be receiving 3 more from them. And again, I take those tiles and I absorb them into my hand, assessing if they help me or not. So we're moving to our first left. And on our first left, there's an option of a blind pass, which means I don't have to pass all 3. And I'll be demonstrating that. So I just passed 3 and I'm absorbing 3 more. So if I didn't want to pass a total of 3 tiles, I pick the number that I do want to pass. And in this one, I only want to pass 1. So I pick the one I want to pass. I take the 3. I put the 1 in my rack because that's what I took out. And then I give the player on my left a total of 3. That's a blind pass. So we're doing a second left. And you see how I put that in a tower? That's not a rule, but that's just a courtesy, just reminding everybody that we're on our second left. And I will be taking the tiles from the person to the right. So that was their second left. And I again put them in my rack. And I decide, okay, what tiles are not helping me? And I take those 3 tiles and I give them to the player across from me. Now these, I do have to give them 3 tiles. I can't do a blind pass. Blind pass is only on the first left and last right, which this is the last right. So I'm just passing 3 tiles. I'll be taking 3 from the person to my left. Now let's look at a blind pass. This is a blind pass, so I don't want to pass a total of 3. It looks like I only want to pass 2. So I have to give the player to my right a total of 3 tiles. So I pass the 2 that I don't want, and then I give them 1 of the player to my left. And that way they get a total of 3, and I get to replace the 2 that I passed. This next part is called the optional pass or courtesy pass. So with the player across from you, you determine how many tiles you want to pass. And I only want to pass 1, and so they give me 1. So the amount is determined by the player that has the least amount of tiles that they want to pass. And I'm just demonstrating passing 3 tiles here for the courtesy. And I'm getting 3 tiles back to absorb in my rack, and hopefully I have a good hand that has been developed. That is the end of the Charleston. So at this point, we're going to begin the game. Game begins when East takes 1 of their tiles, which I am doing, and discarding it and naming it. The game begins. So then the player to my right, the blue dragon, they pick a tile. They determine if they want to keep it or discard it. And they name it when they discard it. So play goes counterclockwise. So we pick and discard tiles until somebody has a hand that matches a hand on the National Mah Jongg League card. And then they have Mahjong. They win the game. If nobody has Mahjong, if nobody was able to match their tiles to a hand, that's called a wall game, and nobody wins. A player can further hand development by calling a discard and creating an exposure. And that's what I'm doing here. So the player to my left discarded a 1 bam, and oh, wait, call. I put it on top of my rack. I make an exposure, and I put up 2 of the 1 bams, or 3 of the 1 bams, and a joker, and then I discard. So that's another way to develop your hand. If you're interested in learning more about American Mahjong, our rule book is called Mahjong Made Easy. And this is from the National Mah Jongg League. It shows you everything that I showed you here and more. The complete game, the complete rules, and best practices are included in this book. Another book that I highly recommend is American Mah Jongg for Everyone, The Complete Beginner's Guide. This book is nicely laid out, easy to understand. The illustrations are great. I just love it. Last but not least is The Red Dragon and the West Wind. This book is by Tom Sloper. It talks about both American Mahjong and Chinese Mahjong.